What's going on? This is Chris Badgett from Lifter LMS, and I'm just out here walking my dogs. Where'd they go? Somewhere. There he is. What's up, Griff? Got another one up ahead. But today we're going to be talking about leadership self-care. As a course creator or somebody building a training-based membership website, if you're watching this, you're likely the leader behind that show. And we're in some challenging times, and self-care is an important part. But before we get into that, let's talk about the problem. One of the biggest problems we face in today's crisis times is that panic is contagious. So certain things spread through society like a meme or whatever, but panic, unfortunately, is one of those things. And I'm not saying there's nothing to panic about, and this isn't serious. I'm just saying that panic by default is extremely contagious, and when you absorb a lot of panic into your mindset, there's no way around it. It makes you less productive. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is that the economy is disrupting. Things are changing fast, and even after we get through this, the economy is never going to be exactly the same. We're forever changed economically, and that has implications to your online course or your membership site. The third thing is that things are breaking. So in these crisis times, certain things might be breaking for you, like perhaps your paid ads, your sales might be going down, your marketing stops working, people aren't showing up to your webinars, people are canceling the recurring revenue payment members to your membership site, whatever it is, things are breaking. But in all this, there is some opportunity. You can calm yourself. I like to think about the scene in the movie Apocalypse Now, at the very beginning of the movie, where the general or the captain, whatever his name was surfing and in Vietnam amidst like the war, and he was just out there surfing with his team before they got to work for the day. So you can calm yourself in the face of chaos. The other thing is that there is opportunity in disruption. So as the world changes, come on, Griff, come on. As the world changes, opportunities shift, value creation and value capture shifts. What people value shifts. You know, we're moving, at least in the immediate future, and I would argue for a while, into a world in which luxury goods and services are not going to be as in demand. So there's a lot of opportunity to switching or pivoting or amplifying a business that is very much focused on must-haves, on things that people need that are non-negotiable. So how can you pivot your course, your membership site to meet a need that is not a luxury? The third thing is that breakage is good. When things start breaking and it reveals the holes in your business bucket and things start leaking out, you know, we stress test things, and when things break, we can make them stronger or just remove something that's not working. You know, I come from a background in mountaineering and climbing. I've been around gear shops and that kind of thing that make climbing equipment, and they literally load test ropes and carabiners and those types of things under extreme pressure and try to break them. And when they do, they find the weakness and they fortify it, they make it stronger. So when things start breaking, it's actually a good thing. Now there's a couple key principles I wanted to talk to you about to help you move forward as a leader in these challenging times, especially in regards to self-care. Number one is I'd encourage you to consciously opt out of panic, at least as a full-time endeavor. So if you are panicking, I totally relate. You know, there's some things I've been in panic and unsure about and stressed out about. We're only human here, but it's not a full-time job. So opt out of panic as much as you can and realize how much is contagious. And, you know, if you limit your news consumption, I'm not saying don't be informed, but watching the news is not a full-time job. So opt out of panic. I also want to say that routine is your friend. It can help you with self-care in a lot of ways and help you get outside of panic. Like right now, I'm on my morning walk. I do this every day. I've been doing it for the past 10 years. I walk or run at least 3 miles every morning while listening to podcasts and learning. And I have this whole elaborate, like 3-hour, 4-hour morning routine that, keeps me strong. I can lean on that in times of crisis. And I actually feel worse when I don't do it. So lean on routines, develop good, healthy habits. The third is disruption equals wealth transfer. So when the economy massively disrupts, yes, some of the value of our economy goes down, but also value and money and wealth and resources and things change hands, and they can do that rapidly. So keep that in mind. And think about how you can capture that in an ethical, moral, giving way. And all that means is to look at disruption. Like, for example, for this community, if people are trying to learn from home more than, because they can't go into the big gatherings, to schools, to events to learn, how can you capture that? There's a transfer in the online education economy of where people are going to spend their dollars, at least in the short term, and it's going to have lasting impacts after this is all over. So embrace the disruption and try to get on the winning side of the wealth transfer. The next is the boom economy covered up a lot of efficiencies. So we've been in a strong economy for a while. And what that means is perhaps you were able to get away with some things that may seem like they were working, but not really. And this is what this economy reveals to us. You could have some like Facebook advertising that's not performing. You could be doing marketing activities that just aren't really working. And sometimes we mistake the fact that we're in business and we're making money, that everything under the sun that we're doing is actually working, which isn't the case. So when the economy disrupts like this, it's an opportunity that we can embrace without panic, without stress, with an open mind, with our eyes wide open, to look at what's actually working in our business, what's actually working in our value proposition, which parts of our value proposition does our market see in our positioning, in our offer, in our course, in our membership site. What do people actually value? And then the fifth key principle is that you need to put your oxygen mask on first. We've all heard this in the airplanes when we get on and we do the safety briefing, that we have to put our oxygen mask on first. Griff, come here. Come here. We have to take care of ourselves. I'm not saying we shouldn't be selfless and sacrifice and take care of our kids and our spouses and our families and our communities and our employees and our team members in the world, but we have to do a level of self-care. Otherwise, we're going to burn ourselves out, slip into story, get into negative escapism habits to try to get away from it all, and then we're not going to be able to deliver our full value to the world. So put your oxygen mask on first. Take care of yourself, and just be sure to not go down the victimhood rabbit hole. I mean, there are things outside of our control, and bad things are happening and will happen, and there's going to impact people we know, but there are things we can control. And for those things we can control, we need to take care of ourselves, and it's time to bring our A game. This is crisis time leadership, and as education entrepreneurs, it's time to step up, and we got to take care of ourselves. If I think about the story of Ernest Shackleton, who ship got stuck in the ice down in Antarctica a long time ago and was able to survive through some incredibly harsh conditions with some of his crew. He talked about how he had to distance himself a little bit as a leader to maintain his own sanity and health so that he could best serve his team. And that's a great example of what self-care is all about. So I'm Chris Badgett from Lifter LMS. Stay strong, stay healthy, take care of yourself so that you can serve others in the world in a big way. I hope you have a great rest of your day.